Hello, everybody. Welcome back. After a long absence, I'm back with a new episode for this podcast, number 26, titled Black Friday, a Scam. So, yes, I know it's been a very, very long time since I last uploaded anything. It's been months, in fact, let alone the podcast. Last episode was even further back, I imagine. But it's taken a while to actually, I don't want to say find the time because I don't believe in that excuse, but it's taken a while just to get to it, to finally get to it. Not only that, but I was kind of just trying to take a break from it and focus on other things for a while. But now my focus is right back onto YouTube and the continuing of my series, of my podcast series. Because as you know, Uncle Louie, God, that feels good to say it again, doesn't it? Uncle Louie does like his podcast and does like to talk about things. I'm a conversationalist. I love talking to people, discussing different matters, whether they be educational, scientific, musical, darn near anything, really. Anything. The only limit is the limit you place upon yourself and upon the topics you decide to talk about or discuss. So, in this episode, the basic overview, the basic summary of it all is that we are going to, or at least I will be talking about Black Friday. Since even though this videos are going to be up after Black Friday, and I'm recording specifically on Cyber Monday, and it should be up Monday night, hopefully. But since it's something that's passed, and I thought, you know what, I actually went out and, purchased some stuff on during the actual Black Friday, or more like Black Thursday. We'll get into that in a bit. So I thought, you know what? Let me talk about that. Okay, so Black Friday. Now, everybody who lives in the U.S., I imagine this is mostly a United States kind of thing. Anybody who lives in the U.S. knows that Black Friday has become a very well-known time for discount, so to speak, where things that are normally priced very high, or even something as low as like $50 or $20, during that time some things come on sale, and the sale is pretty grand. They try to reduce the prices significantly so that, to promote the things that they're selling, to make people buy them, basically. Now, every place is different. Every place is different. You have some mixed stores, and by mixed stores, I mean, let's say places like Walmart, that they sell like groceries and stuff, but they also sell electronics, clothes, appliances, just tools, things for automotive, some minor on automotive things. Basically that's a mixed store to me. That's what I consider a mixed store. But you have those stores, then stores that specifically specialize in selling electronics, like Best Buy, and other stores that sell just different kinds of electronics and doodads, like Guitar Center. And they all have their own particular way of selling their own items through Black Friday. Now, with what I went through, because the thing is with Black Friday, folks, loyal Louians, the thing with Black Friday is, at what point did it stop being on Friday? That's my question. That's one of my questions. You know what? That'll be the question for the end, but I'm saying it right now. So, when did Black Friday stop being on Fridays? Post your response in the comment section down below with your answer, and hopefully somebody will answer. I'm hoping. Okay, so, yeah, I'm sorry here. I'm using my new phone to record this. It's definitely a huge upgrade from what I had a while back. Huge upgrade. So hopefully this video comes out well, and hope you'll enjoy the black and white aspect of it. I think it's a beautiful, nice touch, especially given that I'm outside and there's a lot of sunlight. So why not just make myself stand out even more with all this black and white contrast? Anyway, when did Black Friday, stop being on Fridays? That's my question. So post your response in the comments down below. But the Black Friday ordeal, or the Black Friday fiasco, has definitely changed from that pivotal point, and in which Black Friday stopped being on Black Friday. Now it's pretty much gone to Thursday, where they really just start selling and promoting what would typically be on the Friday. Now they just do it on Thursday, and then on Friday you get your leftovers, basically. If you're lucky, you get something decent, but most of the time, not really. There's just a lot of things left over that, things that people didn't want, like a toaster or a blender. How many people care too much for that? But last week, Thursday, right? Thursday? Thanksgiving. I had my Thanksgiving with my family. It was nice. I ate a lot because I like food. And I thought to myself, well, beforehand, I should say, before that Thursday, I was under the impression, and I don't know why, but I was under the impression that all the sales would happen early in the morning. And that's how, if any of you remember when Black Friday was on Black Friday, that's how it used to be, where you'd have to get up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, or sometimes just stay overnight to get the best of the best deals on actual Black Friday, But now, since they do it on the day before, Thursday, these companies, these places, or the general populace of these sellers and merchants, they pretty much have it so that you get the deals, but it's not so early in the morning anymore. Now it's more towards like late afternoon, early evening. I would say more late afternoon, like around 5 or 6. And so for that whole 2 weeks before Black Thursday, I should say, I had the impression that I was gonna have to get up very early. And once, like maybe the day before, on that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I thought to myself the same thing. But then I realized, wait a minute, this isn't Friday anymore. It's Black Thursday. Black Thursday deals don't go on until like 5. At least the earliest that I've seen is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not like I have to be in a rush to get up or get something. So Thursday comes, right? I'm with my family. Thanksgiving. I eat. Have a lot of fun. Eating, of course, a lot. And later I want to say maybe around like 3-ish or 3:30, I started getting ready, and I asked my cousin to come along with me, just in case, he wanted maybe to get something, and not only that, but I really wanted some company, and who better than my dear old trusted cousin. So we head out. I'm driving, of course, I'm driving. And the place that I was gonna go, that I want, honestly, the only thing I wanted was some wireless earbuds, the true wireless earbuds. And I knew that Best Buy was pretty much the place to go for that. I mean, I could have gone to many other places, but I thought Best Buy is gonna have more options. And it's more likely, since it's an electronic item, they're probably gonna have some pretty good ones on sale for the Black Friday deal. And their Black Friday deal started at 5. That's when they opened their doors, and got the sale on the way. So I made sure to get there beforehand, and well, I drove there. I got there eventually, but I got there. and there was already a pretty decent line. A pretty decent line of people already getting ready, wanting to go buy their electronicos. And so I get in line. Mind you, this line isn't humongously or crazily long, but it's still pretty long line, just not crazy long. So I get there, and I'm not, I'm one of the first, maybe, I want to say maybe like within the first 75 to 100 people. I'm within that area, not too far, not too far off. Because the line got a lot bigger once after I showed up. Once I got my place in line, the line got significantly longer. So I'm glad I showed up when I did. And so waited until about 5 o'clock. When 5 o'clock came, more or less, or 5:01, that's when they started letting people in. And boy, I thought I was going to be waiting in line for like 30 minutes to an hour. No, I waited about 10 minutes and I managed to get inside very quickly. So that was good. I guess because Best Buy is a huge place. So high capacity for people. Not only that, but people were just going for one thing, honestly. But we'll get to that in a bit. So I get in and I look around and I'm there thinking like, maybe I'll find a deal on something else. Not something that I technically am looking for, just maybe something that catches my eye. Of course, I really didn't. And even if I did, I wasn't willing to spend that much money, honestly. I just only, my only goal there was to get the wireless earbuds. So I ended up finding some true wireless earbuds, right? And I found some that, I didn't know what to expect from certain brands per se, since like one of the ones that I got was Skull Candy wireless earbuds. And I didn't know what to expect. All I knew is that they were a pretty decent brand. I've tried some of their headphones through friends because they're the ones that would have them. I've never bought Skull Candy products, so I wasn't familiar with them at all, really. And I was kind of hesitant, but I was like, you know what? I know Skull Candy is pretty good because a good close friend of mine many years ago, he had those Skull Candy like wireless headphones. Well, not wireless, sorry, but they look like they were wireless headphones, but they just had one little cord connecting to the phone or to whatever you were listening to. And the sound quality was amazing. Obviously, he got more of the high-end headphones, but phone was slipping a bit. He got the high-end ones. So, it's plain to see that it's, it was a little bit of a bias there. But I thought, you know what? Let's do it. I think originally they were anywhere from 50 to 65 bucks. I'm not sure. I didn't look up the price beforehand. All I know is at the time they were under the Black Friday sale price and they were for 30 bucks, which I thought was pretty damn cheap, considering the true wireless earbuds usually go for like 60 and above. At least the good ones that I've seen, they usually go for 60 or above. And so I got them, and then I start looking around, seeing maybe if I can get something else. Something else like another pair or something, but just not of the same brand. And I found some I think they're called JLabs. And I've actually had some JLab products. I bought their regular earbuds, just the one with the wires and stuff like that. And they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like that was pretty good. I still have them, and that's because I've freaking dropped them everywhere, left them random places, overstretched them and stuff like that. And even like that, they still work, and they're not torn or anything. They're in pretty much perfect condition without any single problem. So for anybody out there looking for some just regular earbuds with of course wired, but if they're looking for earbuds that basically won't, practically break for anything and will last you a pretty damn long time, I recommend JLabs. But it's the cheaper ones. It's like the one that's I think like 20, anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks. But for $15-$20, they last as if they were like high end, and they sound good. I'm not gonna tell you to that they're gonna sound like freaking surround sound, amazing, super mega high quality. You know, let's be realistic here. They're not $100 to $200 headphones or earphones, but they're way more. They should be way more than what they're priced because they're very good, at least in my opinion. And so I looked at the JLab, and I'm thought and the true wireless earbuds, and I'm thinking, how much are these? Let's see. So mostly because of price, because I honestly didn't want to. I didn't want to uh, spend too much. Again, you know, I'm not trying to spend money here. I already got what I wanted. The other one was just as a honestly, it was just as a backup pair, and also because I wanted to try a different brand and see like, okay, did I get it steal on the Skull Candies, or are the JLabs better, or the Skull Candies better? You know, I just wanted something to compare it to, and they were both. Well, it turns out they were both the same price, so they were both $30. So I got them. So that's like $60. 64 was the total, with the taxes and whatnot. And once I got in my car, you know, because I didn't really find anything else that I wanted or that piqued my interest. It was, I mean, honestly, the only thing that piqued my interest was just the earbuds. That's the only thing. So I just got that. Got in my car after I paid. Got in my car while I waited for my cousin to finish paying his stuff because he was a little bit further back in the paying line. And yeah, that line was humongous. Again, I got there at a relatively good point where it wasn't too long, and after I got there, that's when people started crowding, and like the line became extremely long. So I don't know. I was just very lucky that day. I'll chalk it up to that. I was just very lucky that day, and so. And sorry if you hear me sniffing, but I got these allergies going like crazy, man. Whew. And I'm outside, and yeah, my allergies are acting up, so forgive the sniffling. But the line was long and whatnot, and you know, so I'm there waiting my car once I finally bought these things, and I was just waiting for my cousin so that we could head on out. And at the same time, I'm like, I'm glad he's not here, because he's a pretty talkative, so I don't want to get any interference while trying out my earbuds. Not only that, but I think there's just this great special feeling that you get when you just open up something you buy, but you open it up just by yourself, just so you can fully enjoy it, immerse yourself in that experience. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that feel the same way. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about the anticipation, and there's no one else to give you their opinions to kind of ruin the experience. I've had a ton of times where I bought something new, I loved it, and then someone gave me their opinion. It wasn't a positive one, and it just kind of ruined it for me, and I just lost my excitement for whatever I bought. You know, that's why if I get something, I usually like to open it or try it out on my own for a while before I ever show it to anybody else, or before I ever, you know, talk about it with anyone else, because I like to appreciate what I just got. I know it's a very rare thing nowadays. No one really gives a damn about what they get anymore. But anyway, I digress. So I try this out. The freaking Skull Candies I try first, and they're phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, they were amazing. Amazing. They still are. I still use them. I'm using them very frequently because they're wonderful. You don't have to worry about any cords. The sound quality is impeccable. The little container that it comes in, or the storage device, it has enough. You know, if you fully charge the storage device, you can get a good amount of charges for the earbuds themselves, so it'll last you hours and hours. And yeah, it's just good stuff. Good stuff. Controls are pretty easy once you get used to them, but they're very easy. You know, there's a little instruction booklet that tells you like one click for this to pause and play, 2 clicks for like the volumes. Depending on which side you do the double click will determine whether the volume heightens or lowers. And then the 3 clicks for like the voice commands and whatnot. Anyway, I loved them. They were amazing, honestly. I was just taken so aback when I first put them in without any sound or anything playing in the background before I even connected them. It was just very pretty quiet. Like even though they're not marketed as noise canceling, they're pretty good at canceling out a good amount of noise in the background. Obviously this was in my car, so it drowned out a lot of the noise from the outside of the parking lot area, and even within the car itself. But if you're looking for noise canceling items, this is, like if you want complete peace and silence in like a crowded area like a McDonald's or something, I don't recommend these. These are not marketed as noise canceling. I just noticed that they significantly reduce the amount of noise that you hear, but not to the point where I would call it noise canceling, since it's not to that extent. But they're really good, and the sound is amazing, honestly. Like, it's very good, and it's very clear, not too high. I think it's a nice balance to it, a nice balanced sound. I will say this: the bass does have a little bit of an extra oomph into it. Not a ton, but enough. If you're listening to a song with some bass, like, you can really hear that bass come out, and it's just, I don't know. It's just a good product overall. I was extremely satisfied with it. I'll tell you that much. Hey, Louis. Hey, Uncle Louis. When did this turn into a freaking promotional video for Skull Candy earbuds? I don't know. I'm just talking about it, and I'm not sponsored or promoted, or I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that I'm mentioning. This is just, because it relates to what I'm talking about. Jeez. It'd be nice if I was paid to do that, since I genuinely love Skull Candy products now. At least their earbuds and certain models of their headphones. At least the stuff that I've tried, every single thing that I've tried from Skull Candy, I freaking love it. But anyway, I digress again. I digress too much. Too much, but that's why you're here. That's why you love me. Because I talk and talk and talk. Can you imagine if there was someone else who talked like me, and that person just got into a conversation? Shoot, there would be, these would not be like few minute videos. These would be like hours long videos. Anyway, so Skull Candies were good. Let's leave it at that, or else I'm never gonna shut up about it. The JLabs I tried. At first I noticed they don't cancel out as much noise as the Skull Candies do, but there is some noise reduction when you put them on. Putting them on, they were a little bit uncomfortable. I'm just gonna say a little bit. Putting them on, like putting them in the JLab earbuds. I'm talking about the JLab earbuds. A little bit uncomfortable. Not enough to say like this is not worth the buy. Definitely not. It's just I notice the subtleties and things. Like I don't know. I'm weird like that. I like to notice details. So I noticed that there's a slight uncomfortability. I hope I'm saying that right. Uncomfortability. I have to say like a robot. That comes with putting them on, and kind of when they're in your ear. How do I explain this part? It's a little tough to find the words to explain it, how it feels when they're in your ear. Not as snug. Let's just leave it at that. Not as snug. It's not loose, but it's not as snug enough to really feel like you have something fully in your ear. That's probably why it doesn't block out as much noise, because the JLabs don't fill in the hole, so to speak, as much as the previous earbuds that I was talking about. I won't even mention the name. But I will say this. There is one aspect in which JLabs definitely and unanimously, by a long stretch, beat Skull Candy earbuds. Like, there's this one particular thing where they shine. And honestly, this one thing makes it worth so much more than what they were selling it for. And I would say because of that one thing, well, more than that, but that was because of that thing that I'm about to mention in a bit, it makes it on par with the Skull Candies earbuds. And that thing is the sound settings, the EQ settings. Because for all of you who don't know, JLab loves to do the whole personal EQ settings, you know, the custom EQs on their products. Obviously, the more high-end, pricier products have that option. The cheaper ones do not. So these earbuds did have those options where they have their JLab custom EQ, their settings, and I think there's an app where you can make your own settings, but there's some that are already built. There's 3 settings that are already built in to the earbud, which is the JLab custom one, which I think is the best one. Honestly, you have no reason to change it otherwise because it's amazing. Then you have one that's more bass boosted, but the high ends take a huge toll on that one. So I personally think it's kind of crap. I mean, unless you just want to hear a lot of bass and don't care too much about the melodies or the vocals, so to speak. Like, you'll still hear them, but they're just gonna sound dull, honestly. And then you have one that's more high end, so you won't hear much of like the lows, like the basses and whatnot, and the bass tones. But again, it's too unbalanced. Those other two are too unbalanced. With the JLab custom preset EQ, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It sounds like an extremely expensive set of headphones or earbuds in this case, because I'm talking about earbuds, but it sounds like one of the real expensive top high-end stuff. Like, honestly, there were other factors that make JLab good, like its design. It's pretty good. The button clicking accessibility, pretty good, easy as well. Despite the slight uncomfortability, and that's just by me. I mean, I've known people who have bought these and they loved them. They said it feels great. So I guess it's just my ear is weird, but they're very comfortable to put in, despite my own little nuances. But this setting, the EQ settings, is what really makes JLab one of the top dogs there. Right on par with Skullcandy. At least that's what I believe. And for any of you, and this will be the last bit of this, but for any of you that are thinking about either getting Skullcandy earbuds or JLab earbuds, at least you know, I'll just assume that you guys are gonna want to get not the extremely expensive ones, but because I don't know how many of these products they have or what tiers they have of these products. But if they happen to be similar ones to the ones that I bought, basically anywhere from 30 to like 30 to like $60, it's more than likely gonna be the ones that I got. You know, if they're on sale, they're gonna be 30, and their regular price, I imagine they'll be like 50 to $60. But if you're trying to decide which one to get, I'd recommend both. But if I had to make a choice, I would personally have just gotten the Skullcandies. But I'll tell you this much. Here's my little cheat sheet. My cheat sheet. If you're trying to decide, like if you're looking for something in particular with these two. If you want some real amazing sound, like kind of this amazing surround sound type of audio, then I highly recommend just get the JLabs. Get the JLabs. You won't regret it. And if you want something that's just very well balanced and extremely comfortable, and mind you, they're both comfortable. You know, let me just put that out there. Don't assume just because I didn't have a super amazing, comfortable experience with the JLabs that they're not comfortable. Again, that was just me, and that was just the first time that I put them on. I probably put them on wrong, so don't use that in your decision making. That just assume that they're both extremely comfortable, because they honestly are, both of them, not just the Skullcandy. But with Skullcandy, if you just want more balanced sound, nothing excessive, but balanced but strong. Let me put that out there. Balanced but very strong. Then get Skull Candy. Now, again, if it was up to me, I would get the Skull Candy. But if you really want to, like, if you're more of like, you want true wireless earbuds, and you really just are looking for sound itself, JLabs all the way. JLabs, definitely. But I think they're both pretty much about the same. Again, the only difference is the JLabs do offer that custom EQ of theirs that they have already preset into the earbud, and it's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. So that's enough about that. Man, this is supposed to be a podcast. This ended up being a review of sorts. Well, you never know what's going to happen on Uncle Louie's podcast. Heck, even I don't most of the time. That's what makes this so much fun. And so, back to Black Friday. So I got those 2 earbuds. I'm happy with my purchases. Very happy. And whew, as far as usage, yeah, I use them. That's all you need to know. Jeez. All right. And that's all I really bought. Again, I wasn't too into getting anything else. So, yeah. Now, Black Friday. Let's look at what I noticed, what I was going to mention earlier about Black Friday. I consider this the transition to the dark side of Black Friday. Not that it's evil. I just like calling it the dark side of it because I can. So, things I noticed while I was at Best Buy, and just overall in general throughout my years of Black Friday shopping and whatnot, or just browsing around the time of Black Friday, or technically Black Thursday. Hashtag Black Thursday, guys. Let's make that a thing. Black Thursday. So, the one thing I noticed is, for one, it's never really anything other than just electronics that are on sale. Let's be honest here. Let's be crucially honest and brutally honest. It's always just electronics. That's the only thing people want. If you're being, I rarely ever see clothes actually go on sale. Rarely. For Black Friday or Black Thursday. Rarely. Almost never. And if it is, it's just crap. It's not even something decent. But it's just electronics, whether it be home appliances, things for your car, computers, laptops, or I should say desktops, laptops, MP3s, phones, chargers, gaming consoles of all sorts. What else? I know I'm missing something. TVs. That's pretty much it, honestly. I can't think of anything else. I mean, cameras, camcorders. That's pretty much it. I mean, just electronics in general. Electronics in general. But that's the only stuff that's really on sale. Now, while I was at Best Buy, I did notice something that changed within that whole atmosphere of Black Thursday, which is the only, like, I'll be honest, the only real sales that I saw, like actual, like, huge price cuts, like, and I mean huge price cuts, but that's the only thing that I saw that was actually marked down significantly were just TVs. That's it. Just TVs and like a laptop here and there, but they were still expensive. But like the TVs were the ones that were so damn cheap. Like for the high-end $1,000 TV, it was like $200-300. That's more than half off. And they were like the 4K TVs, like the big ones too, like big, real big. So I don't know, and I've noticed that more and more on as the years pass by through Black Thursday, that it's always just TVs at this point. Like gaming consoles are barely even given that much of a discount. I mean, unless you go to a store that specializes in just gaming consoles, obviously you'll probably get a bigger price cut there. But in general, it's just TVs now. TVs and maybe some home appliances like washing machines, refrigerators, vacuums, not even at that. More like just washing machines and refrigerators. But for the most part, just TVs. That's like if you really want to save a lot of money and get something that's worth probably more than twice what you're gonna pay for, get a TV. Get a high-end TV. Because I guarantee for about $300, you're gonna get a TV that's close to being $1,000. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But be one of the first people there, because the TVs are the first thing that go. Within a matter of 2 minutes, most of the TVs were gone. All of the real high-end TVs that were very cheap were definitely gone within the first 2 minutes of going in the store. How do I know that? Because one of the other customers there told me. He was basically saying that he wanted to get, one of the high-end TVs, and that he saved up some money to get this like 4K. I don't even remember the size, but it was bigger than a 50-inch TV. But it was one of like the really big TVs, flat screens. And yeah, he said he was one of like the first, I want to say within the first like 20 people in there, or within the first 20 or 30 people in there, and they were gone. He said like within 2 minutes, within 2 minutes, all the TV that I wanted completely gone, out of stock, just like that. That's why. So, if you ever want to get an actual deal for something you buy on Black Thursday, get a television. If you already have a high-end television, then just get something else. But you're not gonna get, the only time you're gonna actually get a good price, or you're gonna get more of a bargain, is if you get a TV. Plain and simple, a TV. Yeah. Now, before I end this video, because it is running a little long, and I kind of want to talk about this topic just very quick. It's nothing too grand, but this is something that I've noticed, and I haven't talked about it before, so I think it's best. And since we're talking about Black Thursday, definitely gonna be in here. Just a quick little insert. Let me talk about Guitar Center for a bit. And mind you, I'm not sponsored by Best Buy or any of these name brands or Guitar Center, nothing like that. Just so y'all know. Just so that their promoters or their representatives know. You representatives can suck it. So, Guitar Center. They always appear to be having sales throughout the year. They always say during Black Thursday, Christmas, 4th of July, Labor Day, what else? I don't know, just random sales that they always have. They're always on sale. There's always a sale at Guitar Center. But what I've noticed, and especially since I started going to Guitar Center back when I was, 13, and mind you, I'm 24 now, so that's 11 years. Ever since I first started going, the prices for practically everything have been the same. Whether it's a Black Thursday special, a Christmas special sale, all of that, they are all the same damn prices. Not once did they ever change. In fact, if anything, they've just gotten a tad bit more expensive, but they are still high priced. Mind you, I say high priced, and I mean it. They overprice everything, and they always put it on sale. But in reality, it's been the same price for over a decade. They never actually lower the price. And if they do lower the price, they raise the price beforehand so that with the discount that they're giving, it'll end up to the actual to the same price before it was raised in value. So you're basically gonna be paying the same amount of money for it all. Yeah, and they don't offer a lot of coupons as far as like actual like much percentage off. And if you do get like a 10% off coupon or something like that, it's only for like items over $200. And I'm just like, well, that's not much. That's not much. I'm not going there to spend $200. It's ridiculous. Only thing cheap there is the strings, and even at that, they're a little bit higher end price, but they're not bad. They're pretty decently priced. The picks are $5, which I think are honestly probably the cheapest thing you're gonna get there. That's actually worth something. The guitar picks, and that's it. That's just an insert I wanted to add into here because Guitar Center, you suck and you've been ripping people off. I love going there, don't get me wrong, but I never buy anything from there because everything is you just overprice everything. And it's not a matter of money. I mean, I could buy a guitar there easily, but it's the fact that you make it high priced all year long and you're always claiming that you have the lowest prices guaranteed. Well, I've seen lower prices on a lot of different stores, music stores, and through online, even though online is generally cheaper, but I've seen a lot of low prices everywhere. You are by far not the lowest price company or store. So to all you representatives at Guitar Center, get your stuff together and figure out a way to make things even cheaper because you have not done a single dang thing for the last 11 years. I'm proof of that. And I've been to Guitar Centers in different states, 2 different states besides Texas. So work on that. That's just something I wanted to add. They'll probably come after me for this one, but I don't care. Someone needs to tell them the truth. They need to tell them to get on the ball and start giving the customers what they want. A decent price. I'm not saying market half down or nothing. Just give us a good discount a good discount, not just like 10% over $200. 10% off if you buy $200 or more. It's like, no, give us a discount regardless of how much you buy. A good markdown. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for the impossible. So anyway, that's the end of that. Remember, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. There will be more videos coming up. And don't forget to also don't forget to also put on the comments if you can, or spread this around. It didn't even have to be on my channel. It could be on Facebook or any other YouTube channel or YouTube video, but put hashtag Black Thursday. Black Thursday. Let's try to get that going. Let's try to make that a thing. I mean, it's already known to be mostly as Black Thursday, but it's not official yet. I want to be the one to try to make it official. Let's do that. I can't do that without all of you. So please, anywhere you go, when you make a post, put hashtag Black Thursday. And every time, next year, once next year comes around this time, start using hashtag Black Thursday. And if they ask, where did that come from? Say, Uncle Louie came up with that one. Uncle Louie he didn't come up with it, but he got it started. Uncle Louie did. So, y'all have a good one. And y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night. And another thing, I'm glad to be back and so happy to be making more content for all of you. Y'all have a good one.